What's up, Michigan fans? Welcome back to the Maize and Bluebeard podcast, where we talk all things Michigan football and basketball. MBB and the place to be. Go Blue. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. We got a lot to talk about. A huge college basketball game tonight, and we've got tons of praise for Michigan from different media outlets, and of course, recruiting news to get to. So let's get to it in this episode of the Maize and Bluebeard podcast. First up tonight is a huge game. You all know, rivalry game, Michigan State, college basketball. Both teams only have one loss. Both teams ranked in the top 10. Huge game, both with identical 9-1 Big Ten records. It's a huge game in the Breslin and at East Lansing. It's going to be a battle. And our Michigan Wolverines are going to have to do some things to pull it out. Namely, these three things they really must do if they're going to win this game. One, the bigs need to show up. Michigan State is a very physical, tough team. Our bigs need to have a night. They need to use their size. We need to win in the paint. We need to win the rebounding edge on both sides, offense and defense, to create second chances for us and to take them away from them. We also need to do better at the three-point line on both sides. Defensively, we need to lock down like we did against Nebraska. We need to keep Michigan State from getting hot from three and going on a run. So we need good perimeter defense, but we also need to hit some three-pointers. So we need to not go cold and shoot 20%. We need to shoot well, make sure we're knocking down our shots, at least better than we did in the second half against Nebraska. But most of all, the most important thing that we need to do is to not turn the ball over. That was a problem against Nebraska. And if we do that against Michigan State, it's going to bite us in the butt. They are a team that likes to run. And like I said, they are a tough physical team, and they don't make a ton of mistakes. So Michigan's going to have to be on their A game. They know that. Dusty May knows that. So they're going to bring it. And I think we're in for a really good game. And I cannot wait to watch it. Go Blue. Hopefully they got this. Huge game. Senior Bowl is this weekend on Saturday. The East-West Shrine Bowl was earlier this week. And in the East-West Shrine Bowl, we had some beloved Michigan players. Offensive lineman Giovanni El-Hadi, linebacker Jimmy Rolder, kicker Dominic Zavada, and my boy, fullback Max Bredesen. So they played their final collegiate game, more of an all-star type game, but that was earlier this week. So congratulations to them. Wish them all the best. Wish them all the luck. They're going to be great in the NFL. 4 solid players. And then the Senior Bowl this Saturday, 4 players were invited. Marvin Klein, tight end. Jarshawn Barham, edge. Defensive tackle Rayshawn Benny, and edge Derek Moore. They're all going to be playing in the Senior Bowl on Saturday. So, congrats to them. I hope they have a great experience. You might have seen some videos going around showing Derek Moore kind of blowing in drills, blowing into an offensive lineman, knocking him down. And that was a great play. He showed his quickness, showed his talent. But then if you watch other clips, there are clips where he gets stood up and he does not win the rep against the offensive lineman. So what I see from that, it's fun to see the one where he cooks the offensive lineman, but the offensive lineman cooked him on a few reps too. What that shows is just such a bummer that Sharon Moore and his staff had some talent like Derek Moore, and that's a microcosm of what we saw in his career. Some games he would go off and you think, this guy is unblockable, and then other games he disappears. And it's just a bummer that they weren't able to help him just get to that next level, because I think he's got it in him, and hopefully he'll get drafted and go to the right team with the right coaching staff that'll be able to help him take that next level that I think he has. Some more praise for Michigan from the media. On3 put out their way too early All American list for next season, and there was a Michigan player that was on there, and as defensive end edge John Henry Daly. Come on. Again, I really believe that he is going to be able to play this coming year. He's working his butt off. He wants to be there. He's motivated. And if he can come back and slowly work back to that form he had last year when he was playing on another level, our defense is going to be all the better for it. So that was pretty cool to see. Also, ESPN put out their final ranking for the 2026 recruiting class, and Michigan had a couple players highlighted, one on offense, one on defense. They highlighted like 10 players. And on offense, Savion Hyder, of course, the running back, about how electric he is and how excited they are to see him play and how much of an impact they think he'll make freshman year. And on the defensive side, it was defensive edge Carter Meadows, who I'm excited to see. He's going to get a chance to get some reps and show what he can do, and we'll see if he can crack the rotation as a true freshman. It'll be exciting to see. And speaking of top recruits, Rivals put out their 5 stars. They had 32 of them that they gave out, and we knew that we would have Savion Hyder in there and Carter Meadows again. They were on there, but there was a surprise 3rd Michigan Wolverine that jumped up to a 5-star from a 4-star, and that is Celesi Moa, wide receiver. So Michigan finally snagged a 5-star wide receiver out of the recruiting / transfer portal. But it's exciting. I cannot wait to see him play all over the field. It's going to be awesome. So that was really cool to see as well. Another media outlet praising Michigan's recruiting class coming in. But also, people are getting excited about what Kyle Whittingham and staff are doing on the recruiting trail for next year. So let's talk about that. First off, Jason Beck went and met with and talked with 2027 QB commit Peter Bork, who is looking fantastic and is going to look great in the maize and blue. And he is very excited after talking to Coach Beck about the direction of the offense and how he could fit in it. So that's always fun to hear. Recruits getting pumped about that. Talk about a couple of visits. Michigan is set to visit the #1 safety in the country, and that is Honor Fahave Johnson. So hopefully that goes well because he's a stud, and it'd be awesome if Michigan could snag him. They also were in Michigan. They're making it a big focus at Detroit Country Day to meet with 4-star tight end Anthony Cartwright. You can see this picture here of Kyle Whittingham and Micah Simon with this beast of a tight end. Look at how big he is. That's awesome. So hopefully he'll be one that they can snag. Some great former players at Michigan have come from Detroit Country Day. Some players that have that Michigan has cracked into their remaining list of teams that they're excited about and considering. We've got Marcus Fakatu, Isila Waila Ava, and another huge linebacker, which we'll talk about linebackers in a second, but a linebacker that Michigan has springboarded up their list, and that is Braden Watson, who was offered by Alex Whittingham. And he said, with a program of this caliber, I would be lying if I said they weren't at the top of my list. Alex Whittingham, you have seen him doing the M with linebacker recruit after linebacker recruit and offering guys. They are going to stack this linebacker room with talent and recruits in the upcoming years, and it's going to be amazing to see the growth in that room compared to kind of where it was left now, where we have some guys with talent, but there's going to be loads of it coming in. So I'm excited about what Alex Whittingham is doing, because he also offered another linebacker, Josiah Poyer from California, another linebacker that's excited about his meeting with Whittingham and the offer that Alex Whittingham gave him. So they're, of course, again, tearing it up on the recruiting trail. They are focusing on positions where we need to add more and more depth and talent for the future years, and they're also going after those big names and putting their hat in the ring, and a lot of them are starting to put Michigan in their final cut down list. So I am impressed and I am excited. Michigan is rocking it. It's time to reveal the results to yesterday's question of the day. If you haven't voted on today's question of the day, make sure that right after this video, you go to my community tab and you vote on today's question of the day, and then come back tomorrow for the next video and find out the results. So yesterday I asked, what are you most excited? Which of these options are you most excited about to see next football season? Jason Beck's offense, Jay Hill's defense, Kerry Combs' special teams, or something else? And the winner by a landslide was Jason Beck's offense, which I'm not surprised. It is exciting to think about seeing a dynamic offense with wide receivers that can stretch the field that complement each other so well, an amazing running back duo in the backfield, and a great offensive line that's going to grow even more under Coach Harding, and hopefully a lot of growth and progression from Bryce Underwood, and seeing what he can do when he has all these pieces around him and a coaching staff and a QB quarterback that can help him develop. So I do not blame you. I would say that I am very excited to see Jason Beck's offense, but I'm very intrigued by Jay Hill's defense, because I can't wait to see what his defense is going to look like and how tough they're going to play. And I'm really hoping we see something that really makes us think back to those Michigan defenses of old. So I'm excited all the way around, and I love special teams, so I had to throw that in there. And it got some votes, so some of you also love special teams. But I'm excited to see what Kerry Combs is going to do after how great the special teams looked at the bowl game with a short time to prepare, what he's going to look like now with all these new pieces he's brought in, and with some of the electric returner options he has. I'm excited to see how special teams looks as well. So it's going to be a fun year in all of those areas. That's going to do it for this episode of the Maize and Bluebeard podcast. Thanks for hanging out with me. It means a lot when you take time out of your day to spend time talking Michigan sports with me. If this was your first time here and you had fun, please subscribe, leave a like, helps the channel grow. It'll help you know when I put out new content, and also leave a comment down below. I respond to everyone, and I always look forward to chatting it up with all of you amazing Michigan fans. So go Blue tonight, beat Sparty, have a fantastic rest of your day, and until I see you in the next one, as always, go Blue.